Soul was beautiful. Let me tell you, for the first like half an hour of the movie, I was just watching it with a giant smile on my face because I was like, this is so awesome. And okay, I've got to admit my biases here. I love Pixar movies because there's just something about them that is just so like, I don't even have the words right now, but just such an embodiment of the human existence in such an imaginative way. First of all, how they depict essentially what's the afterlife or kind of what's before the afterlife is so interesting, and what it's like when a soul is being created. Like, who thinks of that? Like, I was genuinely in awe of the imagination that it takes to think of something like that. I'm just like, whoa. So yeah, I'm kind of awestruck over this movie because it's just like, oh my goodness. One of the things that I really loved about this movie was the character design. My goodness, these were gorgeous characters. The level of individuality and all the little attention to details is so like captivating. That just makes me really happy that we get to see, like, yes, of course this is imagination and this is a fantastical world, but it feels so real and so lived in, and like that Disney or that Pixar actually took the time to make these characters real and an embodiment of the human experience. But another aspect of character design that I really love is the Jerry's. It has the little loops in what's supposed to be the hair, and it's a little bit more of a long shape. I'll put a picture because I cannot describe it well enough. I love it. Like, they're not people, they're just like an entity, and it's confusing, and they even say themselves.
Who are you?
I am the coming together of all quantized fields of the universe, appearing in a form your feeble human brain can comprehend.
What?
You can call me Jerry.
Jerry, okay.
On over there to Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.
Is everyone here named Jerry?
Good luck.
The whole time I was just tracing the outline of the character and how the loops, it's a continuous line, and I was like, this just reminds me of like Picasso, the one Jerry who's hyperfixated on counting.
Hello there, Terry.
The count's off.
Just watching like how he blended into the environment and where he popped up, I was like, come on, that was just, well, I was like about to like explode with happiness because I'm like, that's so awesome. There were so many little like pop culture references here and there.
Check this out. I have been messing with this team for decades.
And the Knicks lose another one.
Okay, like, I'm not a sports person, but even I know about that, and I just started laughing.
Don't worry, they're fine. You can't crush a soul here. That's what life on Earth is for.
Huh, very witty. Isn't this exciting?
The fire is so pretty. I kind of want to let it spread.
Nope.
Hands are hard.
And I was like, Pixar, I think you're having fun with this movie. But yeah, okay, before I just start turning into a gushy mess, there were some things I actually didn't like about this movie. And it's not that they're like so horrible that they break the movie, it was just like, oh, okay. And one of the things was the pacing. I guess because of how the trailers presented it, it sounded like we were gonna go one way with the movie and stick with it for the entirety of the movie. However, we didn't. And it's very jumpy, essentially. And that's not bad, it's just like by the time I got used to the story going in this direction, it went different. And I was like, whoa, okay, I was not expecting that. From other Pixar movies, based off of how what the trailer tells you, you kind of know what's gonna happen. This one was very unpredictable, and if I told you what happened, you would be like, what? That's where they went? That sounds awful. And I think that's why they didn't include it in the trailer, because it sounds cheesy when you just say how it is, but in the actual movie, it's a lot better. It's great. They did it fine. And another negative, let me see, I can't even think of the other negative that I had because this movie was just so great. Another negative is the ending is different. That's all I'm gonna say for the spoiler-free section. I felt like they could have spent a little bit more time with the concept of being in the zone and then the lost souls. I really wanted to see more from that because I thought that was such a beautiful concept. I personally thought that with kind of the big stories that they were going to rescue some of the lost souls and that it was going to be a little bit more of a grand story overall than just helping save 2 people. I thought they were going to help all of the lost souls because why not? If they're lost, they need help. They need finding. So, and maybe that's something that's like a whole different story. Maybe that'll be in the sequel if they ever have a sequel. But yeah, so since we're in the spoiler section, I want to go ahead and talk about the ending.
22, stop. I have something to tell you. Stop. No.
And like she starts throwing the souls. I'm like, stop, like leave the little babies alone. But you know, they don't care. They're just like, this is fun. That scene of 22 surrounded by all of the negativity that had been placed on her literally felt like depression, literally felt like those moments where you don't feel like you're enough. That's like, yeah, I'm out of words again. They finally rescue her and she's able to go back, and I was totally expecting to see her on Earth and who she becomes because we spent so much time watching her grow, but we never get to see her again. He's able to go back to Earth and continue living his life. But the movie ends right there, and I was like, whoa! I was like not expecting that ending because usually Disney Pixar movies end with wrapped up with a nice little bow and sends you on your way. But this movie was like, nope, you're gonna fill in the blanks yourself. You're gonna do the work as the viewer. I have mixed feelings about the ending. I want to fill in the blank of like, well, he was successful in his journey of that maybe he's doing both. Maybe he's teaching and then while he's doing that in the daytime, in the nighttime he can be doing gigs with the band and being able to balance both. And then with 22, like, we have no idea what she's gonna become, but let me tell you, her parents are probably gonna be thrown through the ringer because she's just so irreverent about everything. But no, and like, what was her spark? I want to know what her spark was. Like, I think it might just be a love for life. I don't know how to describe it, but just like the new, like, I almost wonder if it's something, it's kind of like me, where those new experiences, those feelings that you only get at certain points with certain situations, living for those moments. I don't know if that's a spark, but that could be something. But yeah. That's my like first review to Soul, but I want to make more content about it because like it's still like living in my mind. It's still kind of processing. It definitely deserves a little bit more love and a little bit more time to kind of just explore everything about it. So conclusion overall, this movie was spectacular. But just the message, like it wasn't quite like live every moment to the full and embrace life for all its ups and downs. It's like it was a little bit more complicated than that. Like, yes, embrace life and all of the ups and downs, the good, the bad, all of that, but clearly, and like not every moment can be embraced because life sucks sometimes. But it's that being okay with life being sucky every now and again, but understanding the good things about life, and that life should be about exploring and finding those new things that push you forward. So yeah, it was a beautiful movie, and I will be ranting about it for ages, and I'm gonna try to get my family to watch it today because I think they should, because it's cute and it's awesome and the humor's kind of funny. It came out at a perfect time for the world that we're in right now, and understanding that, like, yeah, life sucks right now. It's bad, and it may not get back to normal for, honestly, like, till May or August at this point, like, which is crazy. But it's gonna be over eventually, and we can make the most of the time that we're in now. And yes, we may not be able to go to school, we may not be able to go to parties and see family, especially with it being right after Christmas, but things will be better. And understanding that this is just a small side journey in the grand scheme that is life, and we'll get back there someday. but to not take this time for granted, whether that means learning a new skill, pushing yourself to the limit, or just resting and taking advantage of this break that we have from the monotony of an existence. Like, just don't let this time pass you by. Not that it ever could, because this time is kind of all. That's all I've got for now. If you want to see my reaction to another movie that just came out the same day as this one, which is Wonder Woman, that one I actually didn't like as much as this one, but if you want to know why, click on the video. And then some of my other Pixar reactions, because you clicked on this one because you like Pixar, might as well watch another one. But yeah, that's all I've got for now, so bye!